This morning on Daybreak, two of the largest retailers are cracking down on underage tobacco use, cutting out flavored e-cigarette products from shelves.
And a new report shows your personal information may be at risk and the federal government may not be meeting cybersecurity standards. We'll bring you those stories and much more this morning here on Daybreak.
All right, good morning, everyone. Thanks for welcoming us into your homes. I don't do this part of the intro. It's Tuesday.
I know. I was like, wow, go for it.
July 2nd. I'm Joe Morano. Hope it's going all right.
I'm Lauren Barnes.
Your name was in the prompter. I didn't say your name, so that's all right.
That's good. Remember that one time when you were Daniel Shed?
Yeah, it was crazy.
We never let him live that down. Daniel was out reporting, and Joe comes back. He says, good morning, I'm Daniel Shed.
Boy, oh boy. Too many things going on in my head this morning.
Yeah.
Seriously. So we'll have all that.
At least you're yourself. That's all I'm saying.
I am me, and I'm myself, and it's great. And we'll have a good summer day ahead of us, I hope. That's what we're looking at. Elisa, you're Elisa, right? That's Lauren. I'm Joe. You're Elisa.
Oh, boy. Is it Monday again, or what?
It's a holiday week. You know how it goes.
That's true. I'm never really fully into it in holiday weeks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, even if you're working, your brain just automatically turns off.
It's a little bit like you're playing hooky, even though you're not.
Get like a lazier day out of it. No bosses around.
Right. That's what I'm wondering. Should we get outside today, though, at all?
Yeah, I mean, we'll have very similar to yesterday where you get most of the afternoon with sunshine. I spent some time at the pool yesterday, and you get the sunshine out there. And then with the heat and humidity, you bubble up a couple of storms, so then you got to head in late in the afternoon and evening. So we're doing the same thing as we had through the day today. We're starting out mostly clear and dry yet again with a quiet morning out there. So if you've got to run some early errands, you'll have some dry roads and mostly clear conditions. We've got that visibility down in a couple of spots where it did rain yesterday. It's patchy to locally dense, so just keep that in mind with some fog possible. It's 71 in Springfield, 68 in Monett, and 68 in Branson, so warm. And of course, a muggy start with these dew points in the upper 60s. Again, it's just going to be humid out there, and it will be all week with these dew points on the high end of the muggy meter. Mostly dry roads through the day today. Again, a couple of storms will be likely as we head through the evening commute. The storms won't be everywhere, but you might get hit by some heavy rain or lightning. We're looking at a couple of clouds at the pool today, a very high UV index of 10, and then a couple of storms after about 1 or 2 o'clock through the late afternoon and evening. So warm and humid again today with that spotty storm chance. The storm threat continues daily through the 4th of July. A sneak peek at your holiday forecast. We do that coming up in 10 minutes.
Here's what's making news now for you. Springfield land development codes could soon change. It's a preliminary bill that last night City Council decided to initiate the changes to add owner consent on historic site designations. Mayor Ken McClure introduced this bill after a property in Galloway almost received historic site status against the property owner's wishes. Another bill was discussed that bans the sale of any tobacco, nicotine, or vape products to anyone under 21. Those who spoke out at the meeting were in favor of the bill, otherwise known as Tobacco 21.
Right now, 40% of the state of Missouri is covered with Tobacco 21. There's several federal bills, and the first one just passed committee last week. So we likely will see, sometime in hopefully the near future that we make sure that retailers are held accountable for selling a deadly addictive product to our kids.
This is a continually ongoing issue. Council plans to vote on this in 2 weeks.
And the world's largest retailer is cracking down on underage smoking. Walmart and Sam's Club are raising the age to buy tobacco at their stores from 18 to 21. The retailer is also cutting fruit and dessert-flavored nicotine e-cigs from its shelves. An Arkansas law passed in May will gradually raise the state's minimum smoking age to 21 by the year 2021. You'll have to be 19 to buy cigarettes starting in September. Jeffrey Church is the store manager for Omies and says his store will get more business from people who can't buy cigs at Walmart anymore.
When it comes down to it, man, we don't push for underage smoking either. Walmart going 21 up, they're trying to cover themselves. We're going to lose business off of this. The whole industry itself is going to lose business off of this. But we're going to gain that back. People grow up, people age.
Some people, though, are not so supportive of the change. One employee from a different shop says if you're old enough to join the armed forces, you should be old enough to buy cigarettes. Members of the military will be exempt from that Arkansas state law.
We go around the Ozarks now for you. A well-known man in Nix's first responders lineup is heading for retirement. Fire Chief John Trent will leave in December after serving the community since 1992. The Nixa Fire Protection District says it's already taking applications from internal candidates for Trent's replacement. It hopes to hire someone in the last quarter of the year.
In your Traffic Tuesday report this morning, if you wake up in the wee hours of the morning like we do, you probably know that many traffic signals out there shift into overnight flash mode, flashing yellow or red lights.
I do notice that all the time. Hannah Zettel is with us this morning to explain the benefits of this signal setting and actually how to avoid confusion when driving through those intersections at night.
That's right, Lauren and Joe. Driving at night can be stressful. It's harder to see street signs, animals are running around, and on top of all of that, most traffic signals in our area switch into overnight flashing mode. These flashing lights can be even more confusing if you aren't used to seeing them. Starting at about midnight, most traffic lights will shift from standard operation to a four-way stop, or flashing yellow and red. Motorists facing red must come to a complete stop to allow those facing yellow to proceed through the intersection with caution. The Transportation Center says the benefit to this overnight mode is it will make motorists commute faster when crossing a traditionally high traffic road during low traffic hours. Jason Saliba with Springfield Traffic Management says various overnight settings are meant to help save you time.
Overnight, a signal could either be in red flash, which means it operates like a four-way stop, or red-yellow flash, which means it operates like a two-way stop. The other option there is a free operation, which it looks like it's operating normally. It's just some of the internal decisions that the signal is making is it's quicker, it's faster, so it can respond to traffic faster.
Now, as far as when those lights turn back into normal mode, most of them will turn back at 6, but some change back as early as 5. Hopefully this overnight refresher was helpful for you. If you have a traffic question you want answered, let me know on Facebook or Twitter, and it might be featured in the future.
All right, Hannah Zettel, thank you. We have another traffic alert to pass along this morning. In case you're concerned about traveling on Highway 65 this holiday weekend, MoDOT wants to make sure people are aware no road work is scheduled for this weekend on Highway 65. Road work happening near Evans Road will stop at noon tomorrow, and crews will pick things back up Monday, the 8th.
All right, we have a tech report for you this morning. Millions of Americans' personal information is at risk, not by private companies, but by the federal government. A report reveals agencies, including the Department of Education, Transportation, Housing, and Urban Development, and even the State Department are not meeting federal cybersecurity standards. James Lewis is a cybersecurity expert at the Center for Strategic and International Studies. He tells us you have to stay one step ahead of those hackers.
Here, cybersecurity in the federal government gets a little better. Now, of course, the bad news is that the people who are going after the federal government also get better. So it is a race.
Ohio Republican Senator Rob Portman called for this report. It's still unclear, though, if his legislation will include funding to help improve security.
Still ahead for you on Daybreak, Warren Buffett is giving away $3.5 million.
He's always doing that, I feel like. We'll tell you where that money is going. It's up in your Money Watch. Stay with us.
From Color 10 Ozarks First, Lauren Barnes, Joe Morano, and weather with meteorologist Elisa Raffa. This is Color 10 News Daybreak.